Hello there, everyone, and welcome to a Q&A with David Hulse, who is the Technical Product Consultant at Tetra and a lecturer in biology at Keele University in Staffordshire. The reason that we're doing this is because it's pond season, or it's very soon going to be pond season, and Tetra, of course, have a very specialised range of pond foods for all sorts of different fish, which you'll be purchasing as customers. But also there are lots of misinformations, little bits of tidbits and stuff that are really important to know for yourself and your customers around this time of year, and how to manage fish in ponds, especially with types of food available. And so we thought it'd be a really good opportunity to get an expert on board to talk it all through, and hopefully this will make you or help you make more informed decisions about the products that you buy and offer your customers over the next few months. So hello, David.
Hi, Charlie. How's things?
Pretty good, all things considering.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, hello, Internet.
Yes, yeah.
So I'm going to start with some Q&A questions. These were sent in from our reps and various customers. They wanted to ask all sorts of different things about not only Tetra's range of projects, but also pond food and pond fish and all sorts of other things. So we'll start with an easy one for you, hopefully, which is, why are there so many different types of pond food?
It's a good question. There is a bewildering array of pond foods on the shelves in the aquatic stores and in your catalogue as well. And for us at Tetra, we've got a wide range of pond foods. And there isn't the range of pond fishes that there is compared to, say, tropical fish or marine fish in the indoor section. But we've still got a broad enough range of fish: goldfish, koi, sturgeons, tench, golden rudd and golden orf and things like that. There's still a range of those fish that need subtly different types of foods. But then also with ponds, we've got feeding throughout different parts of the year. We're in a temperate part of the world where we've got summer and winter. And the effect of temperature on the fish is profound. They are, this horrible term, cold-blooded, which I can't stand. The fish are, the proper term will be ectothermic. They assume the temperature of the water that they are in. So if it's the height of summer in a shallow pond and the water temperature's 28 degrees C, the fish will be at 28 degrees C. And then when the temperature plummets in winter, the fish will go the same way. That profoundly affects the fish's metabolic rate, and thus we need to be adjusting the feed accordingly. But then also the pond keeper has got different needs from the food. They could have got some small fish that they're growing on. Well, then there's no point feeding a small fish a whacking great stick that's half the size of the little comet that we've got swimming around in the pond. We need small pellets for young fish, and then for larger koi we're going to need much larger sticks. So the particle size of the food is important. Are we wanting those fish to grow? If so, in the summer we're wanting to feed them a higher protein content to fuel that growth. Are we wanting the fishes to colour up? Because if so, if we're wanting those reds and yellows and oranges to develop in our pond fish, which is sort of why we've got them in the first place, they're an ornamental variety, those colour pigments come from the diet. So we can then be feeding a colour enhancing food. So there's lots of reasons that we would, lots of sort of additions we would want to put into the food to make it just right for the particular type of fish that we've got. So if I just show you a tiny little subsection of our pond range, which is just coming up now, we can then see that we've got floating sticks, floating flakes. In fact, if I put my little pointer on, there we go, we've got some larger sticks, and we've got the same formulation but in a smaller pellet, so a smaller particle size. Some pond keepers, if they've maybe moved to goldfish keeping outside from goldfish keeping indoors, then they would think that fish should be fed a flake food. And some pond keepers are then preferring that flake food for the fish. And then we've got a very small pellet size for much smaller fishes, a multiple, food with lots of different a mix of different ingredients, different flakes, pellets, and gammarous shrimp in there and things as well. Similar with the variety sticks, there's a colour enhancing food, and then we've got a wheat germ food that we should be feeding the fish in winter.